Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. I'm so glad to have you here today. I want you to imagine something for a moment. You walk into a classroom, but instead of chalk and a blackboard, you see students in small groups. Some gather over tablets, others discussing a problem, while classmates over shared digital whiteboard. The teacher, she is not just lecturing from the front, she is moving around, guiding, answering questions, and sometimes just watching as the student explore. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now. And it is all possible because of information and communication technology in education. Today, we will explore not just what information and communication technology is, but how it is transforming learning, teaching, and even the well-being of our students. We will talk about its benefits, challenges, and real-life classroom applications. By then, you will see how information and communication technology can turn a still classroom into a living, breathing learning community. Let's start with the basics. Information and communication technology in learning and teaching information and communication. Technology is not just computers in classrooms. It is any technology tool from tablets to learning management systems that supports and enhances learning. For example, I once saw a teacher in a rural school use WhatsApp to keep lessons going when floods closed the schools. Students sent voice notes, photos of their assignments, and even mini presentations recorded on their phones. Simple, affordable technology, but it kept learning alive. Information and communication technology makes learning flexible. Students can access lessons anytime, whether they are in class, at home, or on the bus, collaborate with classmates in real time, even from different cities. Get instant feedback, which keeps them motivated and on track. It's not just for the high achievers. Assistive technologies like text-to-speech tools help students with disabilities full participate. And interactive applicants keep even the quietest students engaged. Yet while information and communication technology opens remarkable doors for learning, it also brings along new questions and challenges that educators cannot ignore. This leads us to the important issues surrounding its use in education. Important issue in educational information and communication technology use. Of course, with great tools come great challenges. The first big one, digital equity, making sure all students have access to devices and internet. Without this technology, can actually expand the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Then there is a teacher readiness. Let's begin. Honest handling a teacher a new application does not mean they know how to integrate it meaningfully into their lessons. Ongoing training is essential. And finally, privacy. When we put students' data online, we have a responsibility to keep it safe. Think about this. We often call today's students digital natives, assuming they are all naturally technology literate. But here is the reality. They may be great at scrolling TikTok, but not necessarily at spotting fake news. Using technology to solve problems or protecting their privacy. This can impact their ability to conduct ethical research, analyze psychological data accurately, use digital assessment tools effectively, and apply critical thinking in academic and clinical settings. That's why important issues in educational information and communication technology, literacy, the ability to use technology critically and ethically is just as important as reading and writing. Information and communication technology, transforming learning, but despite these challenges, when used thoughtfully, information and communication technology is not just a tool, it's a catalyst for transforming how learning happens. Information and communication technology is changing not only we learn, but how. We have moved from teacher-centered lectures to student-centered exploration. Tools like online simulation let students experiment with science concepts safely. Virtual field trips take them to the marine ecosystem or the museum without leaving the classroom. Collaborative documents let them build projects together in real time. This shift encourages higher order thinking, problem solving, creativity, and critical analysis instead of rote memorization. And here is something fascinating. Research shows that using information and communication technology can strengthen neural pathways. Every time students interact with the digital tools to solve problems or create something, their brains are making new connection and process called neuroplasticity. This transformation is learning deeply connected to how the brain adapts. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming neural connections when students engage with information and communication. Technology like virtual labs or collaborative projects, they actively construct knowledge. These meaningful interactions stimulate brain regions involved in memory, reasoning, and creativity. Over time, repeated use strengthens these pathways, enhancing learning. Information and communication technology does not just deliver content, it physically shapes how students think, adapt, and grow cognitively. In other words, information and communication technology does not just make learning more fun, it can actually make the brain more adaptable. Information and communication technology, transforming pedagogy, and just as information and communication, technology reshapes how students learn. It also transforms how teachers teach. That's where pedagogy comes in. Now, pedagogy is just a fancy word for how we teach, and information and communication technology is reshaping it completely. There are different learning theories at play. Behaviorist approaches use computer-assisted instruction, drills, quizzes, instant feedback, great for building fundamental skills. Constructive approaches use interactive simulation, collaborative projects, and problem-solving activities to help students build their own understanding. Consider an example. In one psychology class, instead of merely lecturing about classical conditioning, the teacher used an interactive simulation where students trained a virtual dog to associate a bell with food. They could adjust variables like timing and frequency, Witnessing the conditioned response developing in real time, students did not just learn Pavlov's theory. They experimented with it, analyzed the outcomes, and internalized the concept. Gaming, social media, collaboration, virtual labs. These are all ways information and communication technology makes learning hands-on, memorable, and connected to real life. Such approaches foster deeper cognitive engagement and enhance long-term retention of complex psychological principles. Transforming curriculum. But the transformation does not stop at teaching methods. Information and communication. Technology is also redefining what we teach, shaping a curriculum that's more flexible, relevant, and personalized. Information and communication technology is also changing what we teach. Curriculum used to be fixed same lesson for every student. Now technology lets us adapt learning paths to individual needs. Students can dive deeper into topics they are passionate about, move faster, slower depending on their pace. Build new literacies, digital media, and information literacy that are essential in today's world. Even subjects like maths are evolving interactive math software lets students see how changing one number affects a graph in real time, making abstract concept concrete. This educational shift also reflects key psychological theories about learning. Vygotsky's zone of proximal development explains how learners progress with appropriate support, information, and communication technology, like interactive math software or personalized learning platforms act as scaffolds, helping students tackle tasks just beyond their current abilities. The real-time graphing tools provide immediate feedback, guiding exploration and understanding. As students engage independently with the sport, they move through their developmental zone, mastering concepts they could not understand alone, a core idea in Vygotsky's theory. Thank you for your time, focus, and thoughtful presence today. In this session, we explored the role of information and communication technology, not as a magic solution, but as a meaningful bridge, a bridge that connects students to the richer knowledge, empowers teachers with new approaches, and brings learning closer to the realities of life. We saw how information and communication technology is transforming not only how we teach and assess, but also how we support students' well-being, promote equity, and reimagine education in ways previous generation could hardly dream of. In our next session, we will dive deeper, examining how information and communication technology is reshaping assessment and engagement, student welfare, equity, and inclusive education in practical and powerful ways. Until then, Assalamu alaikum, and remember, innovation begins not with answers but with the courage to ask.